this is Arielle LiveTv every Thursday. If it's yellow, it's okay. Bloopers.
It's asking me to stop.
Did you stop it?
No. Go.
Hi. Well, I guess I have a tech one with my technical director, no other than Maris. But anyway, this is Arielle LiveTv every Thursday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. That's regular. And our location, we had two locations. That's going to be 6040 South Durango, Suite 115. That's Corner Patrick and Russell. So tonight we're supposed to be filming the Trump infants, but I decided not to because they're all fighting. I guess that's how life goes. But anyway, yesterday we had a show here with Nap with Lynaae, so I invited Lynaae back to talk about what's going on in real estate business because I also represent Destiny Homes, a private builder, and the price right now is still good and renting is popular right now. A lot of people are buying, but before that, I want to welcome new friend of mine. Hopefully she will have her own show on the network. And this is a friend of Napoleon Versailles. Hi, Nap. And I want to welcome Lynaae Forbes. Lynaae Forbes is a broker, owner of Forbes Realty Group here in Las Vegas, and they have a unique product coming up. So let's talk about that, Lynaae. Lynaae, welcome to the show. You are my co-host today.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. I'm honored to be here. So
great. Let's talk about, you said yesterday and today, you have a program that is very unique. How are you going to help your people to sell or flip, or how they are going to invest in the real estate business?
So one of the things that often that sellers have to do is they have to fix their house. They've let the carpet go, or it's old. They've not painted in years. They still have the old tile in the kitchen, the little squared whites.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
so
yes.
we go in, we will spend up to $10,000, and we get paid out of escrow.
Mm-hmm.
So now we've got someone who's what we call house rich and cash poor. They can't get the work done without us coming in and helping them, but at the same time, a flipper is going to come in and lowball them and take all the equity, all the gains themselves. We in turn turn our seller into the flipper by going in and doing the work on their behalf, and then they have a gain at the end of $20,000, $30,000. A real good example is recently, there's a lot of these companies, the big ones, you've all heard about them, Open Door, Zillow, and a couple others. They go out and they buy the property as is, and then they go in and do the work, and then they sell the house on the open market. So one of these companies came to one of my clients and they offered to do this for them, and then they said, oh, but you'd have to bring in $5,000 because you're going to be short, and for all the work that we have to get done.
But
our company came in and did the same work that they were going to do, and my client walked away with $25,000.
wow.
So isn't that quite the difference that company
That's
wanted
unique.
to charge them?
Mm-hmm.
In the end, we wound up making them money. Now, how do I make money? I make money off the proceeds. We finance the money to do the work. We get the work done, and then I get to be the listing agent.
What about if the client doesn't want to sell the house and they just want a renovation? Is that also an option to your company?
Well, we can help them put the people together since we have all the resources.
Mm-hmm.
But unless they're refinancing and taking the money out to do the repairs, no, we don't go in and do that.
So the name of the game on your company, you come in and refurbish it, and you guys come in, bring the money, and then at the end you get the percentage from the proceeds of the sale.
And we get repaid back the money that we loaned them to do the work.
Is that minimal of interest that you guys are offering them?
Yeah, well,
or it's a hard money lend?
It's like a hard money lending, but it's
Between
only
10,
for 90
12.
days. Yeah, it's about 15%.
15%.
But so on $6,000, that's $900. You're still walking away with a lot more than you would have before.
So that's a good deal also. If Forbes Realty Group can offer them, hey, let me refurbish your house, this is the money, what percentage, let's say this house sold for $350 and you only loan $50. How much is percentage you get from that?
okay, so on the $10,000, that's the maximum we'll put into the house,
Correct.
would be $900 extra. So at closing, they'd pay us $6,900.
Oh, that's not bad, guys. Hey,
No,
Forbes
actually-
Realty Group, they're here for you guys. Not bad. I mean, if you can flip your house, and then if they offer you to be a listing agent, that's it too. You still
Right.
give them a deal.
Right, and normally that's what we do. That's part of the package is that we're the listing agent.
Ah.
We hire the contractors to get the work done. I oversee all
Uh-huh.
that, and then we put it on the market,
Mhm.
and there you go. And so people,
Mhm.
the other thing that people forget, flippers cannot sell their houses once they buy it, on the market. They have to wait 91 days to talk to an FHA or VA buyer. By my seller, us assisting them we still have that pool of buyers.
Correct, correct. Well, we also have hard money. As you know, when I arrived here 2003, I'm a mortgage banker and broker. And then when the market collapsed 2008,
Uh-huh.
everybody doesn't have a business anymore. So I closed down myself,
Yeah, so, and I was part of that. As a matter
You're
of
part
fact,
of that too?
Yeah, well, I got my license in 2010. Didn't hit the bottom of the market until 2012.
Wow.
And so I had an investor who came in from Australia that bought 10 houses in that year, 2012.
Wow.
All those short sales. He bought them for $30,000,
Awesome.
$40,000, $50,000. He sold them all in 2015. And he walked away, he almost tripled his money.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't think the economy. Well, what do you think? This is just a talking point. What do you think is going to happen with this election, November 3? I know everybody are adamant to vote. Other will like to vote. Other don't want to vote because they still don't like both parties. I mean, if you don't like the Democrat, if you don't like the Republican who's running, what's going to happen? You don't have a choice.
Right.
You have only two choices, A and B.
So she's asking me about what I think is going to happen with the market because I don't talk politics because I'd lose
Yeah.
half my clients.
No,
So-
in real estate. I mean, for me, my point of view or my opinion with this, because there's still a lot of builders are building homes. So I mean, let's just talk about the housing. I
Okay.
think it's not gonna go down. It's just gonna be on level.
Well, okay, so what
For
I'm,
me, my opinion, I think because why a lot of builders are building homes? Why a lot of renters are renting homes? Why a lot of people are selling and buying homes? That's what we have.
well, we've had a moratorium on renters being evicted from their homes since April. So I just did
Analysis.
an analysis. That is, we're talking April, May, June, July, August. That's five months of no payments to a landlord. Now, if you're Blackstone, which is a huge company and they have lots of doors in the town, a percentage of the people still continued paying, and a small percent didn't. However, if you're a solo investor and you bought one or two properties and you're depending on that for income, all of a sudden you don't have, one, your income, two, you don't, if you have even a mortgage on it, now you don't have the mortgage covered by your tenant. So now you're covering a mortgage for somebody else that's not paying. And everybody here in Las Vegas, sewer and trash are lienable on the property. So if the tenant doesn't pay it, the landlord has to pay it because it becomes a lien on the property. And the water is what we call a silent lien. That means if you move out of the property without paying the bill, the next person coming in has to pay that bill in order to get the water turned on. Now, you know that gas and power and telephones, landlines, none of that requires that all goes with the tenant. It doesn't stay with the property, it goes with the tenant. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is they're going to start eviction processes starting September 1st. And then all of a sudden what we're going to see a lot of these single owners either get the people out of the property, one, and all of a sudden we're going to have a bunch of houses on the market, and two, or they get in a position where they can no longer make that mortgage payment because the tenant's not making the payment, and they're going to turn it back to the bank. And we're going to see probably short sales, and et cetera. the other thing that we,
So you think so we're gonna have that chaotic again, that we're gonna have a lot of foreclosure,
I
a
think
lot of
we're going to see what's going to happen is that forbearance that people got, you didn't have to qualify for it. All it said was COVID. Whereas when 2008, when people went to get modifications or apply for a short sale, they had to qualify. They had to show all their income. They had to show all their bank
and
statements.
this
their
one, what's gonna be scenario since the COVID took place?
I haven't been as busy as I'd like. I'm telling you that there's a lot of agents that are busy right now. The market has become more of a seller's market. What I think that's going to happen, though, probably by first or second quarter of next year, we're going to see a 20% reduction in housing, because we're going to see people who did the forbearance that couldn't catch up. Then they wound up having to do a modification.
Yeah, we have that forbearance. I think until today we still have that
We
forbearance.
do, but
yeah.
every company has a different take on what forbearance is. Forbearance is not getting out of the payment and not putting it on the end of the mortgage. It often is added into the next payment that's coming up. So if you did a forbearance for 2 months, when you make your next payment, they're going to want to see those 2 payments plus the new payment. Now, if you did the forbearance because you were unemployed and not getting any income, where are you going to get that money?
Correct.
Okay.
Because we don't have any. The economy is still. I think we're still good.
Yeah, but there's a lot of
But
people.
yes, there's a lot.
Look
Like
at
our technical director here, I think they stopped paying them the income now, right? They stopped paying.
but
We're
we're-
talking about real estate, the income, the people can catch up or the people cannot catch up.
Where we're going to see it, I think, is you've got a service industry that's been put to bed. No bars are open, so our bartenders are not making money. Our waitresses are not making money. The housekeepers are not. All those companies that have been paying through the pandemic, for example, Wynn is now actually furloughing and laying off. They've been paying their people up until this point. So again, if these people are living check to check and they didn't take care of the money while they were off, we're going to see a flood of houses come on the market. And I think it's going to be short sales if they don't move fast. If they're smart, now's the time to sell. Now, if you are on the fence about selling, now's the time to sell. Go rent, and wait till the market tanks next year, and go back out and buy then.
When the market is good.
When the market goes back down,
Do you
becomes
think so,
the buyer's
President
market.
Trump? Do you think so, President Trump will allow this economy to drop? Well, he said that the stock is up.
I know, and and so is gold, and silver's following. I mean, all of that's up, and so is Bitcoin. Bitcoin's gone up exponentially. It was at 3 months ago, it was $9,000 a coin. Now it's $11,000 a coin. I mean, we're seeing an uptick in values and stuff. We're seeing an uptick of property values here because we've got a low inventory. We got about 2 months worth of inventory here.
Wow. Hey guys, did you hear that? Times to buy in a couple of months or 3 months or 4 months. We don't know the market, if it's going to collapse or it's going to go up. No one can say it.
Yeah, but Channel 3 just recently wrote an article and said that in about 12 months they anticipate the market to take a hit. Because what's happening is all these renters, they can't do anything. We can't, as real estate agents, if there's a tenant in the property, we can't even enter it. So, and you're talking about if they're trying to sell, nobody can go in and see the house. The tenants have priority due to this COVID.
Because of the COVID.
Yeah. So that's why I think we're going to see an unleashing here as soon as the people are allowed to start evicting the non-payment people. And of course now they've gone up to Carson City again, and now they've got new protections for the courts and the tenants. And they're basically giving the courts the ability to give a 30-day extension for the tenant and landlord to work something out.
But how long is that? Do you think the extension will happen? Another 30 days, another 30 days?
I don't think they're going to do an extension of the moratorium, but what they've given the courts the ability to give 30 additional days for the two parties to work together and start talking. They may not have been talking at this point.
Wow. Well, I guess we're going to see the hit again on the real estate. So,
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of investors, again, they're going to be waiting. That's why There's a lot of people also. I asked them, hey, why not? No, I want to wait. No, I don't want to invest. In fact, I have a meeting today because the owner of the company I represent, they have the CBD, wine and spirit, and I have a lot of investors wants to get in, but they want to wait also. I guess.
I don't think wine and spirits are going to go away anytime
Yeah.
soon. I saw a little something on the Facebook that said you're going to either come out of this a hunk, a chunk, or a drunk.
Yeah, I see that too. I think I see that too also.
Oh my God, that was so funny. I was just like, okay, you got me laughing today.
Yeah, I think because no matter what, water is water, beer is beer, wine is wine, liquor is liquor. It's gonna be there for 24 hours. Every minute people will drink.
Yeah, and
So they're gonna
even
go
though they
away.
closed the liquor stores, the grocery stores were still open, and the
Yeah.
grocery stores, the big ones, sell liquor.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but I don't agree with closing down the bars. I think a lot of them already had social distancing going on. You can't prove that any of the new cases came out of there. Did you know that 39% of the cases are coming from assisted care, nursing care,
Yeah.
memory care? Because this COVID is hitting the baby boomers.
I still do that. I'm actually work for the company, hospice company in home health, but I don't want to do marketing right now.
Okay. But I'm just saying that, it's sad.
Yeah.
Real estate was considered essential
Yeah.
business, so we were
Yeah.
able to do number of closings right after the business. Everybody was closed down. Restaurants were closed, the casinos were closed, the bars were closed.
Yeah.
But we were still able to send people out, notaries, to get documents notarized for closings.
Correct. Well, that's the beauty about it. In real estate nowadays, everybody are like, do I want to buy today? I'm not gonna buy. I'm gonna wait. Everybody was waiting. You're waiting too?
Oh yeah. But I take my own advice. So.
What's your
And my advice right now is if you're going to sell now. And if you're going to buy, please wait till the first or second quarter of next year.
That's a good idea.
And this is the time to work on your credit. So I've got a client right now that I've talked to. They're in a great position in their rental. And I told them not to pay their rent during the pandemic. I said, pay it, keep up with it. You don't want to get kicked out at the end. And even though they say it's not going to screw up your credit, it's going to mess up your credit. Even though they've gone up to Carson City and says, okay, new landlords, you can't use this eviction against them. But if it affects their credit score, well, that's going to be a
Correct.
different thing. So you've got some new problems. So I asked one of my friends who's a property manager, I asked her, I said, so will this change the dynamic of renting? I said,
Correct.
will the landlords now start asking for first, last, and deposit? That could be a lot of money. Let's just say take a normal rent of $1,000. First, second, and a deposit, there's $3,000. How many people have $3,000 sitting in the bank?
A lot?
A lot of the tenants don't.
Yeah, it's true too. Well, I have a client actually because the owner of the building is our friend and my partner is the daughter. So they actually allow the deposit to make payment 3 times or 4 times.
Okay. And so that's a risk that the landlord's taking with them then by
Yeah.
doing that.
Correct. That's what they're doing now.
Okay. So
Yeah.
again, and I think the normal rent, and again, it's how many bedrooms, your
4
typical.
bedrooms, $1,700 to $1,800 a month.
Okay, yep. So
Yeah.
let's just call it 2,000, 2, 4,
Yeah.
6. That's $6,000 that they would have
Yeah.
to come up with.
Well, actually, the landlord give them a chance to 3, 4 Filipino. Sometimes they do that.
Well, yeah, and again, if you have
American doesn't do that.
Yeah.
White girl. Unless Lynaae.
Well, no, I don't do property management. I refer it all out because it's a
White
big
people
job.
don't do that.
And that's why we hire property management companies as well,
Oh.
because then you keep the emotion out.
Let's talk about that. And it's my experience too. I mean, some of the property managers, some of the agents taking advantage of these people. They know for a fact the client doesn't approve. They collect $75, $100, $150. I mean, come on. I mean, that's too much. Running credit, hello, it's only $18 to $12, but you guys are charging between $150 to $75, and you guys run away with that money.
Oh,
And
yeah.
sometimes you collect 4, 5, 6, and 10 tenants for you guys to collect that money. It's not fair. I did
I agree
try.
with you.
You know what? Thank you. I
agree.
did try to ask the mortgage lending company, but they said the only thing we can do is go to the district attorney. But I don't know what the district attorney will do with that. Come on, there's a lot of them dying. I have a lot of friends calling me. Hey, can you put it in your show, television? Can you please tell them that this corrupt hoax is scammer agency that collecting, you know,
The only way that's
rent
going to
co-
get changed is if you go up to Carson City and it becomes just like they, control the HOAs. They, in the old days, the HOAs had 2 weeks to give us our payoffs. In electronic systems now, you can't tell me you can't give that to me in 3 days.
Correct. This is true. I have a lot.
So-
I experienced that too.
So what they did is they changed the laws and said, you guys have, so many days to get this to us. I mean, one time in the very beginning when I started working here in the state for in real estate, there was one company that was closed at Christmas. So we couldn't even get a payoff. Even if we got it into them, they were closed for the entire 2
Wow.
weeks for Christmas. When
That's
school
weird.
was off. And you're just like, so we couldn't close till the next month, which was January, 5 days later.
Well, guys, watch out for us. Every week we're gonna send you some message. So, but like Lynaae said, the same thing with me. I mean, you sell now and buy later.
Yeah.
That's only two options you have.
And I'm just following my own. I'm not.
Instinct,
Yeah,
your
but the thing is,
instinct. This
I don't
is
have
our
the
own
crystal.
instinct, yeah.
I don't have a crystal ball, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right now, I follow my own advice, and if you take my advice, you're not paying for it.
Correct. It's up to them. So let's talk about the pandemic. Since we talked to real estate, pandemic, the bank yesterday, Navy Federal, they usually have an open, desk. Now they're completely shut down again. I never understand that. And then when you go in on the restaurant, you put the mask, and then after that you remove it. I still don't understand that.
Did you?
What do you think about that? Isn't it, guys? I know tonight, Trump intends, according to the note, they will provide PPE, they will provide the mask, so everybody has to wear a mask there. But this is prayer for Trump. They will pray with the mask on.
So did
And
you
it
know?
doesn't make sense.
You write a sentence and you put a period on it, right?
Yeah,
Did you know that period can carry up to 20,000 viruses?
correct.
That period, if 20,000 viruses can be on that period, how many do you think are going to get through the mask?
Millions.
Thank you. I don't know that there's purpose, what it serves, and we're not being quarantined. We're being, how do I put it?
We're open to the public. Everybody are out already.
Right.
Like you and I, we're sitting together, and I mean, but we know each other.
But
that
the people that should be quarantined are the people with high issues such as lung cancer, diabetes, smokers, obese. Believe it or not, those are high-risk groups, and those people, 98% of the deaths, they all have underlying causes.
Well, not really. I think it's mixed. It doesn't matter what your health are. Like Mindy, still condolences to you, and Ria's mother passed away also.
Mindy
Lloyd.
had an underlying.
Mindy Lloyd's husband just died,
I
and
know,
I'm so
he-
sorry about that.
yeah,
I miss you,
I knew
Mindy. I
them
love
both.
you. I know it's hard, but my aunt also died. No one attended also, but I want to see. Let me know what we can do to help, and when is the viewing, or we need to be there.
And then
It's
I know
sad.
she I don't know who took over for her husband Lloyd. He did the bringing together money for the widows or spouses left behind by the pandemic and other issues. If they got killed on the job or got like the one police officer right now that's fighting for he's paralyzed from the neck down.
Why?
But he got shot or something in one of the incidents. And so that happened right before the pandemic.
Oh yeah. That's true.
But
true.
see, that family's being helped.
So, and I'm very speechless because, how I see Eric Lloyd, Lieutenant Eric Lloyd, is very nice,
Very sweet.
very sweet, very calm. It's funny because every time I'm with them, this is a funny part. It's selfie time. Eric, Mindy will
Mhm.
call him selfies.
And,
It's
and
just
but
funny,
he got
because it's
exposed
so.
probably because of his job. He
Yeah.
that that the police officers and the fire department, the nurses and the doctors, they weren't quarantined. They still
Yeah,
went into work every
correct,
day.
correct. I mean, and then this this Democrat, they wanna they defunded the police. Come on, guys, this is the people who support and protect us. Well, maybe some of the police, it's not just police. So many people are bad, but not everybody are bad.
It's like this, you go to the one bad dentist. Do you, shoot them all?
Yeah,
You just don't go to that dentist again. You go find a new dentist.
correct.
I think the system needs to be corrected that, police officers that have had, have been written up, there needs to be more done for them. I think the unions
Correct.
protect them too much, and they give a black eye to the rest of the guys that did everything right.
Well, but I have a lot of friends. They're also commander, lieutenant. Not just lieutenant officers, any rank. They're black people. They're also good people.
Right.
When
I
they,
don't think it's your
I
skin
mean,
color that makes you a good or bad person.
correct. Like the other day, there's a debate with Oprah. That's a white privilege. Did you hear that?
Yeah, well, she's got lots of privilege. She's got a billionaire privilege.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, come
Yeah, no,
on.
yeah, Oprah. You have a lot of. You are my idol, actually, but you have so much privilege in life.
Yes.
People respect you down to earth. People loves you around the world. You're a billionaire. You're a mogul of entertainment.
So yeah,
She become a mogul in entertainment by
I
just
know,
doing
but
shows.
again, taking and putting people, that makes things divisive. Now we've got a reason to be upset. Okay, we're going to call it, white privilege. I can't do what she can, and she's not white.
Correct.
So again, we go back to the question: why are we creating this?
I know
It's
she should not do
skin
that because
color
she's
that
trying
does that.
because she's trying to divide the community now.
And
Because
that's
if
not
she's-
going to help
yeah.
things. That's
I
going to make
mean,
it worse.
you're a billionaire. You are a role model in this country. I mean, you were there to, to send a message, and you've done that so much. I mean, here we are. We follow others' footsteps, how they become a billionaire because people work hard. People like us, we work
Yeah.
hard to make a living, to make things right in our community, in our family.
Yeah.
But others, they just want to be a handout. They want to see themselves to just be out there and become a handout.
Yeah, and that's what I think we've made a mistake with the. First of all, I think it was a mistake to close down the government and all the businesses. I think people that have underlying issues should self-quarantine. It's like, you get in your car every day and you put your seatbelt on, but you still make a choice,
Right.
okay, to get in the car. But we didn't close down all the car manufacturers, and we don't hear about them and their deaths. But let's put it in perspective. The airplane goes down, 300 people die. We all hear about it all over the news. But 300 people died that day throughout the United States in car collisions, and that yet is
Correct.
not talked about.
Correct.
So we're not going to close down and prevent people from driving just because 300 people died that we didn't talk about, and we're not getting rid of the airplane even though it went down. The 300 people that we talk about for 5 days after that and list them all.
Correct.
Okay,
But-
so again, the perspective is that
Mhm.
yes, we've got deaths, and you and I personally know one person who had. I know for me one person who has passed from this. But again, he put his life out there every day as a police officer.
Correct.
Eric did that for the community.
30
He-
years.
Yeah, and he did it voluntarily. Yes, it was his job, but he did what he loved. And when that's the thing.
And he's a good policeman.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. It's not the bad police, okay? I
Not all
argue.
police.
Let me share this with you,
Okay.
guys. This is good conversation, and I mean, a lot of people probably are watching, and I love for them to hear this. Someone put me in a group text, and these are all black people. I'm a friend of mine. They're my friend. They're my client also. I know them where they're at, and this guy, he was so angry because I put Trump intense prayer meeting today. That's today. I said, I hate them. Da 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 da. You know what I said? Okay, if you think BLM is sad, that is good and wants to help the community and wants to help you guys, why not do it? I said, do you think so they're doing it? No, I said, they're not doing it. Why are not they educating these looters and rioters in a proper way? Not the riots, not the looters. I mean,
They're not getting anything done.
yeah, BLM. Yes, if you're calling yourself as a BLM, then help the community. Then educate those people. Look at Chicago. Where is that place that they kill each other? Then go there and help them. Hey, I'm a BLM. Okay? I would like to help my community. Why not do it? So this guy upset. So they all left. Actually, it's here. they, all, they all get mad at me. Okay? I show you. Okay? So this is, someone put me on a group text. So I responded. Of course, if they're putting me in a group text, then they should comply with me because they're the one who put me on a, I show you.
Included you.
Included me, okay? So now they all left. Douglas Scott is the one who's upset with me.
And he left?
He said, listen, do I have to block you? I don't want to I don't want to, but I don't have time for this dumb Trump stuff. Why don't you try to convince some of your Asian friends, the one who are now despising black people over there in China, huh? I was like, what? So this is my answer to him. Okay, here's guys, and this is true, okay? He said, tell that to Trump, tell him that he needs to recognize that Black Lives Matter do matter, especially when he needs them to continue his reign as a despot and dictator. He said, please spare me the political crap with this clown. Here's my response, guy. I understand how you feel. I have family married black, but don't you think we all put it all in heart that our lives matter? In fact, I have many, many black friends tells me that black don't care each other, and I can prove that. Let me tell you something. I may not be perfect, some of them, but I don't dislike others. So
And
you had to, I mean, if you are really wants to support Black Lives Matters, why don't you ask the Black Lives Matter if they actually wants to support you? Because he was angry.
Yes.
He was angry here.
But often people get a tunnel vision, okay? And one of the things that unfortunately our mainstream media doesn't do is report true news. And when I say that is if you're talking about true news, you know what? You need to also put out statistics of how many black on black deaths are created, how many black on white, white on black. Give us real statistics and show it as a big picture. Not just, one guy, Floyd, who got his neck stepped on by a cop, and then did that not happen to a white man? We never heard about it.
No, we never had. You know what?
And the point is that it's being blown out of proportion to the rest of the story. All I'm asking is that everybody tell the same story. Come out and show us the statistics. Give us those numbers when you do that. Because I think you'll be surprised.
my cousin, okay, my cousin. I removed all her because she was married to a black guy, and she's feeling that the past happened. So you know what I did? I removed all her message in my wall. I mean, why you have to become angry just because you married a black guy already, my niece? I removed her wall. All the comments in my wall. Because I don't want her to get involved with this situation. Okay, you married a black guy, we accepted. We don't say nothing.
We're not judging you.
We're not judging nobody. And why get involved with that? So I get upset, I remove all her comments.
Okay.
I don't like to see this in my wall. I want to be able, because why?
Isn't that a beautiful thing about your wall? If somebody does post something, you can take it down?
Yeah.
I've had people do that, and I'm like surprised why you're trying to start a fight. Why didn't you private message me if you're upset with me?
Correct.
But you put it on the wall and you put it out there for everybody to see.
Yeah.
And you haven't even discussed it with me yet.
Yeah.
And you didn't know my intention when I did it.
So I remove anybody who put me on something in my wall. I remove it.
I do too.
If they want to be part of my wall, then put something nice in there. You know, we cannot go back in the past. 19 forgotten, okay? You still want to be a slave? Every country has a slave. We're still lucky here to be here in America. You know, other country, you can even wear something sexy. You know, we are mandated to wear and cover your body. Come on. This is the country of freedom of country. And now, you guys are taking advantage because of Floyd. You destroy the country. Yeah, because you're upset. Okay, BLM, teach them. Teach them in a proper way. Give them a job. Give them a support. Okay? Teach them not to looters. They're embarrassing. Come on, we watch that.
On the TV.
On TV, stealing. Come on. I mean,
Stopping their cars in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And going
why?
into the store, stealing it, and getting back in their car and going.
Yeah, and they're like, wow.
I actually feel bad because it's like, the business owners, especially in Oregon and Seattle,
Yeah.
they've had to close their doors because they can't do business.
Correct. Not just Oregon.
I know,
San
it's
Diego,
everywhere.
they burned the Wells Fargo, Wells Fargo.
And remember the Wendy's that got burned down?
Yeah. See, now what happened to your children? They don't have job. Now because of you. Why? Because you're angry? Who you angry for? Go to that, go, put the bill on it. You know, what do you want to do? You know, don't show yourself just because Black Lives Matter. What about our lives?
How about all lives?
How about all lives matter? How about the black married the white? Do you think so that the black and white, they had to fight? Okay, Maurice said they had to fight. What about the Asian and black? Do you think so they had to fight too? Okay, Maurice said they had to fight too. So what's going to happen? Black will be black? Black, they're just going to be married, black, black, black? Is that what you want, Maurice?
So don't worry about it. He doesn't want to be married to anybody anyway, so.
Because
So we won't have that argument.
Maurice said if white, well, how about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West? Do they have to fight too?
They have to fight other people.
Well, do you have to judge them is what, I guess.
Do
the
you have
better
to
the
judge
question.
them? Yeah.
I think the better question is why are we doing everything based on people's skin?
Correct. We should not be calling. Well, sometimes
You know, there's
it's
some-
identification of, okay, are you dating a black guy? No?
No,
Are you dating a white guy?
I don't
Are you dating a white Asian guy?
Yeah. But it's
do
our
it.
preference, though. You know.
But
and
it's
some-
not going to go away.
No, it's not going to go
It's
away.
not going to go away. But discrimination and races, it's going to go away because
It's
no
taught.
matter what, I'm Filipina. I become also, profiling, because white people doesn't like Asian too. So, but we don't grudge about that. Do we grudge
Yeah,
about
but
that?
the funny thing is there's many cultures of Asian. You've got the Filipinos, you've got the Chinese,
you
you've got
have
the
Korean,
Japanese,
you
you've got
have,
the Korean.
Vietnamese.
Oh my gosh.
Vietnamese, Korean,
Yeah.
Chinese, Filipino. What else?
So it's
There's
but
so
the-
many.
But there's so you can't do you group all that because I know
Malaysian, yeah.
that the Koreans treat themselves each other differently than the
Chinese.
Japanese people, and the Chinese treat each other differently. But there's some disrespect in those groups too. And why? Because they didn't appreciate the behavior of that group. But that doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just not right for them.
You know, they just use Floyd taking advantage and looters and burn this country. I mean, if they want to do that, what's going to happen to them? How are they going to survive?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Well, I just think everybody just needs to put on blinders to color and just be friends. You know what? We all have opinions. We used to have opinions. We used to be able to give our opinion and not
Right.
fear having our car egged. And now you can't even give your opinion. You have to be quiet.
Correct.
Or you'll lose half your business. You have to be quiet. You can't take a stand either direction. You know
Yeah,
what? I
look what
respect.
happened to that. I'm sorry. Look what happened to Oregon, Portland, Oregon. The people who has a baking company. I mean, they lost their business because
Yep.
of that. Why the government wants to get involved with that? That they have their own, beliefs.
And they should be respected for that. That
But they didn't.
you know, it's better to stand for something than fall for everything.
Yeah, just because these two couple are gay and they want to get married and they
But
have
why
their
can't they find
cake.
another company to
Bakery.
do the bakery? Why do they have to
Yeah.
have that bakery?
And then they had to go to the court and then they won.
Right. But that it was more of a vendetta at that point than, you know what, why not go find a company that actually supports
Gay.
the gay community. Yeah, I'm sure there was a bakery
Yeah.
out there that was, you know, that had gay bakers,
Yeah.
gay owners. I mean, come on. I don't know. I just think that, you know, there's too much stress when you can't walk in. I'd rather walk out. I think we had that turned off last time,
I know we
didn't
forgot. Yeah, Barry is here, but anyway, I just want to say thank you to all the viewers right there. You're gonna see it today, and actually, it's the broadcasting media is a social media that you can be seen on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, and website. So any channel you want to choose, your show can be watched. So if you want to choose your Facebook, you can be watched in there. If you want to choose your Instagram, Twitter, Instagram doesn't have there yet, but Vimeo also you can be watched. Website also you can be watched. YouTube you can be watched. So that's the beauty about the live streamer because it's live. Whatever you say, we cannot
We can
go
say it,
back. We can
right.
say it.
And then
It's
we can save
completely
it and
live.
you can rewatch it later too.
Yeah, no, it's already there.
I know.
Running 24 hours.
Good.
So if you have the business and you want to monetize it, you can send it to YouTube because YouTube and Facebook does monetizing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds
so
good.
that's the beauty about that. So if you want to become a host, you want to have your show, you want to have your commercial, it will send 24 hours. It can be sent to any social media you choose. That's the beauty about the social media. Remember when the pandemic collapsed, where are the hosts? Where are they? They're doing a Zoom, they're doing a live streamer. This is a
Exactly.
live I've been doing this from day one. So the live streamers come up, what, a long time ago?
Yes.
Before
It's
the
been
Facebook has
Oh
one
yeah.
came.
Facebook had, well, I don't know the history, but I know it's been going on for a while.
Yeah. So everybody now are doing their live streamer, social media. It's because I used to be from Cox and no one watched me because some people doesn't have Cox. But now it's cell phone. Wherever you go, you can watch me. You can watch Lynaae if you want to have her show. You can watch Hap Pinoy, Hap Bisaya. They will be here. They're going to be cooking 3 types of adobo. So there you go.
So are we doing that next?
Yeah,
Cooking?
they're going to be next here. So they're going to be here soon. So we're going to say goodbye. We have 4
Thank you.
minutes. You have 4 minutes. You and I go ahead, invite your friends, tell them about your real estate company.
Okay, well, I'm Lynaae Forbes I'm the broker of Forbes Realty Group. And we have, we've been in business going on 5 years. We also have a special product called Taking the Flip Out of Real Estate where we empower the seller to be the flipper. We also take care of agents that don't want to be part of the MLS, and it's called Hanging with the Forbes. And it's a service that we provide, and what people do is I've got Uber drivers, dealers, moms, full-time moms. I have a guy who's a pilot that they hang their license with us, and then they don't have to pay the MLS dues, which is
that's
about
nice.
$1,600 a year.
That's nice.
Okay, all they have to do is just hang their license, and then if they send in a referral, if they send it directly to Forbes Realty Group, they get a percentage of that closing. If they send it to another outside office, the outside office sends it back to us, and we pay them.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So we encourage them to, you know, they don't have to be the real estate experts. They can be the conduit to bringing people together to do real estate and not have to be the expert. Leave it to us who've been doing it for 30 years.
Thank you, Lynaae, and thank you, Perfect Deals with Nap. There you go. Hope Nap will have his show here sometimes, but I don't know yet. And thank you, Precious Cooking, for sponsoring the Arielle LiveTv. That's my show. The network I have is Arielle Network. That's my network, and my show has been going almost 10 years now.
Wow.
Arielle LiveTv, actually. I started young in the Philippines when I do acting.
Ah.
Yeah. I miss the Sambales Mass Media Production. Arnold Akisap, that's our director.
Okay.
Yeah, I was young when I started acting back to the Philippines. And then when I come here in Las Vegas, I'm KRLV actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my radio. Richie, I'm so sorry. I missed I was invited to his radio station. I will make it up for you. I'm so sorry. I missed it and I forgot about it. And I don't mean to do that. But anyway, also thank you to diversified beverage company. We have a meeting today, CBD oil, CBD product, and CBD water, and we have wine and spirit. And also, if you're looking to have a hand sanitizer, we have a hand sanitizer. Actually, I have a hand sanitizer that created with the scientists from Riverside County. The hand sanitizer also can put up a fire uh, for your germicides. It's actually tested by these scientists, and also it's really works because you can spray the whole body. You can spray your computer, and if you have a wound, if you have the scabies, it's also work for you. And also I have a beauty armor and beauty secret by Arielle. That's also made by the scientists. If you guys want to order and buy 8, only it's $24.99. So that's beauty armor, made by the scientist, no other than Dr. Tom Brandage. Once again, this is Arielle LiveTv, and thank you so much for joining me, Lynaae. And once again, if you guys want to be on our show, Arielle Blavy Network, our office is 6040 South Durango, Suite 115. I just want to say thank you to my technical director and a friend of mine, Maurice Richmond, and of course, Angel also. And if you want to have a reflexology massage, we have Marielle here. Bye for now. Thank you.
Bye.